Welcome to another Do Not Disturb dog walk. We're not walking yet though, because we're still at home in the bus. But we have been joyriding it today. Been on a bit of a mission, hey. And you're not coming with us today. But if you guys want to see Toto on a dog walk, you'll have to find yesterday's episode, which numerically is the number before this one. What is this one? 240 something. I know that much. There's B-roll camera with us. I just wanted to start rolling so you all could see how busy the traffic is today. I actually can't believe it. And we're going to leap out into it. There's been heaps of cars going past. I've taken up half of the road here. People are flinging their 3-point turn around over here. Yeah, is there an event on nearby? There must be. All these people are turning up. And now they think they're going to park on that side of the road. I thought I might have started a trend of parking on this side of the street, because I wasn't really too keen on getting out onto the grass. So I've parked us with our entry-exit door to the street. Anyway, I've just noticed I'm not wearing the gloves. And it's time to get going. Yeah, I'm going to leave Toto here. He's going to have full run of the house. And me and Quigley are going to do a long line walk. Hey Quigs, me and you on the long line. Let's do it. Toto, you're staying here. You stay home, okay? Good boy. Look after the house. Be a good guard dog. Stay there. Good boy. You stay home. I don't have a hat today. I've got no excuses though. There's hats right there on the dashboard. Yeah, so yesterday's episode, I think I was chortling on about how we were being boring and I didn't feel like packing up the bus and going for a drive, so we're just going to hang out here sort of thing. And then today, because I remember doing all of that yesterday, I decided to do the opposite of that, and this time actually find the energy and the motivation to pack up the house. I had to do last night's dinner dishes that we didn't do last night and all of that. But mostly because there's also housework chores on the outside of this bus that are very necessary, and I could only put them off till today. So we've been and we've taken care of those. Alright, looks like I have to push the pause button. And I've got something to deal with. Some time travelling begins now and ends now that I have bagged this poop. Alright, Quigley, he's tied up there. No, that's not going to work, mate. Oh, maybe it will. Here! Come here. Let's keep them on the short for now. All this traffic. Tie up this poop bag. And I'm just going to leave it here. Take it with me later. I don't know where I don't see a bin within Kui. That's the main reason for that. But anyway, that's a good demonstration for you folks. That I sent to the pooping. You don't get to see that. It's represented by the slogan, "Show us the poop," which you're more than welcome to type into the comments that you're disappointed that you don't get to see the poop. But I promise you, you get to see pretty much every other aspect of the dog walk. So we've made hundreds of recordings, and right from day one I came up with these policies, which I decided for if I can't think of anything better to talk about, I've at least got these 2 talking points that I've decided to reiterate and repeat every single episode and try to make them a meme of the channel. And that's why we have the slogan, show us the poop. So you're not allowed to see the poop, but you're not allowed to go a single episode listening to me talking about poop. But that's a good segue to the number 1 rule on our channel, which is that I'm not allowed to talk about poop. And what I really mean is that the slogan is, never mind the 6 o'clock news. And yeah, I've decided to make these dog walks a safe place, a safe headspace for all you viewers to come and escape from that kind of thing. So rest assured, I do not come onto this channel to have a rant and a rave about anything that might be on the 6 o'clock news, which is a really good rule because it covers a lot of things. All the controversial, if it bleeds it leads, politics, war, and what else? Sometimes there is some good news on the news, but it's the bad news I don't want to talk about. There is a special exemption for talking about the weather. I know that's on the news, but the weather's also happening right in front of us. Also, if we happen to accidentally be somewhere, speaking of, that license plate says no government on that van, NOGOVT. That totally, that distraction, my ADHD brain just totally brain farted, and I totally forgot what I was talking about just then. What was I saying? What was I going to say? I know the most recent thing that I was talking about was the number 1 guideline, not talking about anything that's on the 6 o'clock news during these dog walks. Oh yeah, that's right, that's what I usually say. I do tend to blather and Skype and talk quite a bit during these recordings. But I just want you to know, mostly it's about narrating our lives and maybe being a little bit of a tour guide with my sparse knowledge of locations. And we try to get around and visit places all over the country, really, if we can, and we'll just endeavour to do more so in the future. Quigley's the star of the show. It's his birthday this week. He'll be 4 years old. I actually forget the formula for dogs' years, so maybe you could jump in the comments and let me know how many dog years that is. I think he's definitely not a teenager anymore. He's probably, I don't know, in his 20s or something? I don't know, what is the formula for dog years? You'd think being a dog owner that I would know or care. I don't really. All I know is he's been with me for 4 years. He was an abandoned puppy that we had to nurse to life to keep him alive when he was a very small puppy. And we fostered him and a sibling of his together. But on the best advice or best practice is not to keep siblings together, so we fostered her until the time came for her to leave us and go to another forever family. It was very similar circumstances with our other dog, Toto. We had a sibling of his with us when we fostered him. A very, very small puppy. And then, he's also a very small dog, and he stayed small. You just have to imagine him being about 1/8 the size when we got him. Yeah, so all the episodes that we record on the Hutt River trails are just titled Hutt River trails. And there's quite a lot of them. The river is quite long. And so they're all just under the same title, Hutt River Trails. And I think we've probably covered all of the trails. Actually, I might be lying. I think there's some in the north that we haven't done yet. Some sections that we haven't done. But we've been all up and down all the sides of this river because we live in this area of the country. So it's like our hometown, our home river. And most of the time when we travel around the country, you'll find there are episodes where we're way out of town. And that's because I'm a paid a wage road slave driving freight trucks. And Quigley gets to come along for a ride with me, which is really good. I'm really grateful for that being a thing that him and I can do. And then there's the occasional time, because we live in a bus, there are the occasional times where we get to take the bus on a big road trip across country too. And of course, in the long run, our dream is to just roam the country at ease and be wherever we need to be, wherever we want to be. And even if we could afford to quit our day jobs, we'll probably gravitate to this area, mostly. Quigley, here. Off camera, I've seen him just have a big roll in the grass, and I really want to avoid allowing him to do that. Wow, it's really muddy here. And one of our more recent recordings actually was in a very muddy location. I really had to thoroughly clean my shoes after that. Quigley! Yeah! Yeah! Hikoi! Oh, it smells bad. Oh! I think this was where a sewer pipe burst. I heard about it on the news, so I probably shouldn't talk about that. But it is right in front of us, so. That's right, that's why it smells like poos here. Ugh! Sorry folks, you're actually lucky that these dog walks don't have smell-o-vision built in. It's not that bad, but I bet it was worse. It was a lot worse before they came and fixed it. It looks like they've been in with heavy equipment, dug it all up, repaired the pipe, and this is just the aftermath. Oh, let's walk on the grass. That's a good idea, Quigley. Oh, I bet the cyclists will be hankering for a redress of this path next, because it's in a bad way. I'm not impressed with it. The cycleway should be as clear of puddles and mud as the local government can possibly achieve. Thank you very much. We pay them a lot of good money for the upkeep and maintenance of these public spaces. But anyway, that's starting to sound a bit too much like stuff that's on the 6 o'clock news, so I'll shut up about that. But on that note, if you do happen to catch me out talking about something that's on the 6 o'clock news, or would be, you know, because I don't know, I don't watch the news. But if you do, you're totally invited. Yeah, Quigley. You're totally invited to jump in the comments and cry out in disdain that I'm not sticking to the rules. I'll tell you what, it'd be quite challenging because I'm pretty good at not talking about that stuff. Now, it's not easy, and I live such a busy life, and most of the time it's Quigley and I out making recordings, just us. But on the odd occasion, I do manage to twist somebody's arm into coming along for a walk with us. And sometimes they even bring their own dog. And that's cool because it's like a doggy play date. And I like to give guests on my channel a microphone so that at home you all can hear them loud and clear and what they feel inspired to talk and share about while they're out walking with us. The same rules apply. They're not allowed to talk about things that are on the 6 o'clock news either. And, you know, I sort of feel like I actively police that, or at least express the policy to them before we start, and hope that they can stick to it. We also want to make it so that, you know, you can feel safe for your kids to watch these, and nothing too naughty will be being talked about. Keep it PC, mind our P's and Q's and all of that. Now, I don't mind how you guys all consume this content. You can turn the audio off and not listen. It's fine. You can even use the playback controls to speed it up so that it doesn't matter what I'm saying. It's too fast for you to hear. That's fine. You can slow it down if you want. I don't know who would want to do that. Quigley, taihua. Taihua. Yeah. Quigley. No. No. Good boy. You stay with me. Here. Kuri. Yeah. Hikoi. Oh yeah, this is where, I think, oh no, that's not it. I was going to say, maybe it was the last street we visited. Yeah, the previous one. That's, when I was looking at the map, planning a parking space for our bus, I sort of didn't plan to park where I did. And then when I was driving in the area, I was like, you know what? I'll just get this over and done with, get this thing parked. Anywhere along here is good. But I considered burrowing into this neighbourhood here and parking up on one of these more quiet streets adjacent to the trail. Yeah, so yesterday's recording, Toto came for a walk with us. It's a bit of a big walk by Toto's standards. I don't usually get him out for that long. But no ill effects. I think he got a good night's sleep last night after a good amount of exercise. But he doesn't even need to go outside to exercise. I mean, he does, for the scents and smells and everything, but he's such a high energy pet. He runs up and down the bus. We play fetch up and down the middle of the bus. He was definitely pooped last night. That was good. But today, yeah, I wanted to be able to walk Quigley on the long line, which I don't do when I'm co-walking them. Hey! Well, I know I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to things being slow to progress. Far too comfortable in the low-paying job that I'm doing. I'm probably worth more. Why am I philosophizing about life? I was thinking about it because I would hope that by now I'd come up with the money to fix my bike so I could do recordings of us riding, just like it's still on my to-do list to buy the Insta360 camera and start learning how to use one of those. And my ultimate plan is to progress this YouTube channel to a new dimension with that. And aerial photography one day is on the cards. So the reason I bring it all up, even if you're watching from way in the future and we still need support, yeah, my dream is for this channel to reach far and wide, and for some of you that find it affordable to send us a few dollars a month, jump into our funding platforms and support the channel. I don't know what extra rewards to offer you folks, but you know, I'll come up with stuff, and I want to design and create merch for you guys too. We'll get there. I'm just doing the slow plod right now, all self-funded, recording the dog walks, regardless, you know, just to show you all my commitment. So hundreds of hours of dog walks have been achieved, and we're just going to keep going. So what I reckon about funding the channel is if you appreciate this for what it is, even if it's not something that you will come back to again and again, please support our channel for the sake of making it, well, it's already available to everyone, you know, for all the other people in the world who enjoy that this channel exists. I mean, the most good cause I could think of is that there are people all around the world who couldn't possibly come here and enjoy this personally, so it's for all of you to share this beautiful country with you. And then there are people with physical disabilities in general, even here in our own country, who can't get out and do this. So I want to make these recorded experiences for them. And, you know, the thousands of people who have been watching, I've heard some excellent, real positive feedback from people who that is just their experience. They wish that they had the energy and the ability to go dog walking like this, but they can't. And so the best way to get the experience is to watch a channel like I've created. Let me know if you've seen any other YouTube channel that's just the same as this, honestly, because I haven't found one. I've had a look, and even if you just search hashtag dog walking, there's lots of dog walking content, but no one's quite doing it like us. And we are unique in our own right because of where we are. I think. This small little country, we're a wealthy country at that. I think we've played our cards right on the international scene as best we can for such a small population. I do not want to walk through that, nor do I want to walk through that. I don't want to walk through the middle either. I'm going to choose the lesser of three evils. I think this way looks like the safest. Just having a quick look back that way for any impending traffic. I think I see one cyclist on the horizon approaching from behind. Oh wow, it's built me up a thirst. Thirsty Marlon. That's my name, by the way. I usually call myself Mr. Free on this YouTube channel. Not that I'm trying to hide my real name or anything, but it just do be the truth that I think I'm allowed to give myself a nickname. Just know my luck, the cyclist will arrive right while we're in this bottleneck. Hey. Sometimes I wish I had a rear view mirror. I think I might, ideally, like to have one of those ones attached to the bicycle helmet when I do get into the cycle riding more in the future. Well, I'm looking forward to making those cycle riding videos for you all, because especially for Quigley, he loves running beside bicycle. He loves it. I want to do that for him. Right, I'm going to drink some water, and I always verbally announce it before I do, because it makes funny noises when I do it, and I cannot allow that to go unexplained. Here's another location I thought I might park the bus. I have parked it here before. I'm just trying to remember where I parked it. Maybe I just drove through it because I can't see. A memory's not coming back to me of where I parked it. Oh, we got hung up on a car, did we? Okay. Triangulating the extraction, there we go, done. Follow the Quigley so we don't get caught on something else. There's that cyclist I was talking about. They weren't that quick to catch up. Alright, I've got to drink the water, that's right. Make the funny noises that I warned you about. It's because I carry the water in a water bladder backpack. I have to suck it out through a hose. I'm sorry that it isn't the most incredibly beautiful nature walk, folks, because they built a big fat highway right next to this river, and I do just want to say that most of our recordings are in traffic free areas. We don't do a lot of street walking. I'm open to doing some street walking if fans in the future let us know that they'd like to see more of the actual streets and suburbs and the way people live. We've done the odd one here and there, but it's not my favourite thing. I like bushwalks and beaches. That's my MO. I might just do a bit of a riverside, just because there is a bit of an access road here. Hopefully I don't run into a mud swampy zone or something. I'm not in the mood. So this river gets molested quite a bit by humanity. Some of the past times we've been recording at the riverside, we've been able to zoom in on some of the earthworks machinery that they throw into the river to, I don't know, effect change as they see fit. Get those scientific experts in. We need to control the erosion. You know, because the river was trying to eat up it was busy eating away at the landscape of the golf course and other things like that. People's houses being a little bit in danger. In the vicinity of the city, they've been building up the stop banks. Because right here where we're standing, when the river fully rages, this is in the danger zone right here. The water does come all the way up here. And it's at its peaks. Peak flows. I think even the roadway on the other side of the river there is in the floodplain, because there's stop banks even further over in case of such scenario where we might lose access to roads temporarily in some areas. There's a famous public car park within the city zone that commonly floods, and unfortunately sometimes without enough warning, or even when there is enough warning, people not taking heed to it. They should close the car park, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and it comes unexpected and the flood fills up the car park and ruins people's cars. Okay, we're at the we're well in past the 30-minute mark. Now I've lost my dog. I dropped him by accident. Quigs, we're gonna go this way. Come on. Around the turnaround. Quigley. Good boy. Good boy, Quigley. Yep. Come on. Got to hold him again now. I pretty much don't let him go. I could, and he's pretty good about staying in my vicinity, but I never know when he's gonna see a dog in the distance or something and then take off, and I'm not into chasing after him or giving him that opportunity to harass others. He's the friendliest friendly can be. He doesn't go after other dogs to try and fight them. Not a fighter, he's a lover. But I remember thinking, oh, that's okay. He's not going to hurt somebody, or he's not. But I got talked out of that. Because even if he is a lovely dog, and ever so friendly and wouldn't harm somebody, as far as I know, a dog running free is quite frightening to many people. So the policy is to remain in control of the dog. So he can't, even though he's a nice dog, he can't frighten people. What's less frightening? He'll still frighten people even when I'm controlling him, eh? Hey! Kāore! Yep, so that happens quite often in our recordings. I get to the 30-minute mark and that's when I call for the turnaround. Because of the self-imposed 1 hour time limit on the recordings that I like to do. We have a 30-minute minimum too, when time is tight or energy levels are low. But otherwise, the MO is go for an hour of recording. Sometimes we've broken the rule and made a little bit longer episodes, but mostly stick to an hour. Alright, I'm looking forward to the coming days. Quigley's birthday. I'm going to make a special episode, little documentary of an experience that I'm planning for Quigley to honour him on his birthday. That's a good idea. And we might do a couple of dog walks too. Depends how it goes. The logistics are all real different this time around. We're starting late tomorrow. We usually like to get a nice early start, well before the sun comes up. But tomorrow I'm required to work in the city, work in the south here before we're allowed to depart, so that'll be a bit different. Happens every now and again, very once in a blue moon. But we do still get to leave tomorrow. But we'll be like well behind the 8 ball compared to our usual schedule for the cross-country trucking. Yeah. Here. No. No. Here. Hide mate. No. Bad timing. Oh, it's over the top. This'll work. Yeah, good. Oh. Taihua. So we'll start late on the journey and finish late. Wouldn't be the first time we've gone on a hell-bent freight truck driving mission across country and then run out of sun at the end of the day to make a recording. So well, that's what I mean by we'll see how it goes. I think last year on his birthday, Quigley didn't come with me cross country. Quigley, here, come back. Good. I think, if I remember correctly, because it was his birthday, And I think maybe the school holidays were in play or something like that. But anyway, the kids wanted to keep him at home for his birthday. And I was like, okay, considering it's his birthday, he can spend his birthday with you guys. Are you thirsty, Quigs? You want a drink? Want to drink some water? I can give you some water. Here. I don't do this on camera every episode, but when I feel like he might be thirsty, I give him a bit of water. And this is how I do it. I just rip the end off my water bladder hose, pour it into this lid. Very lightweight drinking device for Quigley to enjoy his water. A little bit of water cometh the cyclist. Drink the water. Want some more? I have a hold of him so the cyclist feels safe. Oh. You gonna have some more water? Okay. That's enough for you, huh? My thirsty boy. I wonder if these expire. These are his antihistamines in case he has an allergic reaction. Don't even know what he was allergic to, but he definitely had a histamine dump one time after accidentally eating something that he's allergic to. And his face got all puffy and his body was covered in hives. I think it made him uncomfortable, but I doubt it was a deadly allergic reaction. Starting to rain. Just a little bit of precipitation. It's actually quite nice. It's a nice feeling on my skin. It's a nice gesture, even though it's a raggedy old bench. It's quite cool when people come out of the boundary of their property and sort of expand into the public space like these people have. I think last time we recorded here, I noticed that and remarked about it then too. This way. Oh. I remember now what I wanted to say about cross-country truck driving as we do. Quigs, haere mai. I'm going to have to start upping the effort on the local walks that are on offer to us, because I've had my wings clipped and I'm getting taken off the cross-country trucking mission for a couple of months. Someone else is going to take over in my stead, which is great. And not in my stead, I still get to keep my truck, if you regard my truck as my steed. Here! No, they've got their own truck, they can use their truck for that mission, that's good. But yeah, not as much opportunities for Quigley and I to go and find those far afield locations like we do for those couple of months. And I know I said my wings have been clipped, but I actually clipped them myself. I asked for some time off. And it's interesting because traditionally with my company, that job, the cross-country job, was a fortnightly thing for 2 operators. And so we would just take turns, alternate. But, well, it's fallen upon me to just do it every week for quite some time, well over a year now. And I guess they think, well, if Marlon doesn't complain, then let's just keep letting him have it. And that's good, because I don't mind actually. But when you do it week after week, month after month like I do, I feel like it's probably important to give myself some time off from it for some weeks of the year. And so we're arriving at that time, crack back into it for the summertime. Taihua. Quigley. Taihua. Loose leash for the wind. When it starts to pull it to the extreme, that's when I've got to call him back in, because it's not okay. Quigley. This way. This way. Here. Oi. Oh, there's a bin. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Oh my goodness. I just remembered I was there. Oh my goodness. There are tasks that I need to achieve. Within business hours. How are we doing for time? I've probably still got time. It's 10 to 4, yeah. I've got to make sure to remember to do. There's a bit of business I need to do. Within the hour after this recording. Just to make sure it's done today. You know what, probably could wait till tomorrow, but I like to stick to my goals. And I was supposed to get it done before this recording. Oh. I have been doing some spontaneous stuff though, which has distracted me, been distractions. Hey mate, I've got water, don't drink that puddle. Anyway, there's water at home, we're not far. Back to the sewage leak area of this park. I like to think the long bits of grass are helping to clean my shoes. In saying that though, I'm going to have to get back on the trail here. Oh, no, we can't go around that fence. Kaore. Oh, I've really put myself in a tricky circumstances here. When I'm trying not to get too much mud on my shoes. Can't really do much about preventing the mud from getting on my dog. He's getting all in it. He's loving it. He's a mud lover, that dog. I guess it might be exciting to him too that it smells like poop. Alright, back to the grass. Back to the grass. Quigley's getting a little bit rambunctious. Is that the right word? Here comes another dog owner. Dog off leash. Yeah. Hide Mike. Quigley, yeah. Good boy. You wait for them. Kaore. Hide Mike. Yeah. Quigley, yeah. Quigley. Hide Mike. Kuri. Sorry about all the yelling, folks. I was just thinking about how, if we had a bit more time, if we could squeeze it into the hour limit. When I get home, sometimes I get the hose out. We've got an external water outlet on our house bus. And so I don't think I've ever actually made a recording of that, but when I get home with a muddy dog, it's quite nice to pull out that hose and give him a bit of a blast, a bit of a rinse. But in saying that, if you recall to the beginning of the episode, I did park it in a bit of a dumb place for that, so it makes me not want to do it. Could just get him to walk into the house and put him in the shower. That works too. And he likes that because that's warm water. Hot water, or warm water if I turn the temperature down. Yeah, we've got dial control of our water temperature for the shower, but it only comes out hot. There's no cold. We do have a cold only outlet in the kitchen and a mixer, so we can get some of the water to go through the water heater and some of it not, and get it down to a nice temperature at the mixer. Why am I rambling about the bus life? I have to say, I'm so glad that I made a dog walking YouTube channel and not a bus life channel, because I wanted to do something different, and there are literally hundreds of bus life channels. So whilst it be true that we do live in a bus and have lived in a bus for quite some time now, it's really only glimpsed in the background, or it's not the main subject of our content. I sort of felt like I could hear my other dog, but we're too far away for that. But I do remember when we walked through here earlier, I did hear another dog that sounds like him. This is where I'm actually okay with Quigley pulling the leash tight, because it helps to keep it up off the mud. That's okay. So another thing I do is take this long line into the shower box and give it a rinse. Hang it up in there to dry. Oh, we're in the final minute. This is where I tell you that I am definitely going to stick to the hour time limit. And you can probably already tell that because the time code's on the video. Whew. We've had enough of just about had enough of the dog walking for today. But if you haven't had enough, if you've happened to watch all the way to the end of an episode, you might be keen for some more. And the good news is that there's plenty more, because we've recorded hundreds of hours of our dog walks. So the invitation is there to you all to like and share and subscribe and all of that stuff that YouTubers say. And watch another episode. Click on the channel, load up the playlists, play them on shuffle, watch them for hours, play them on the big TV for your dogs at home, so they can come walkies with us virtually. I'd love to keep your dogs company when you leave them at home. If you happen to be like me and let your dogs lounge around the house. Hey, anyway, have I gone over the hour? Yes, I have. By 1 minute. It'll be by 1 minute. That's okay. That's fine. So yeah, this is the point where I say thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Quigley, haere mai.